guys, it is April 4th, 2018. It is 6 p.m. Just getting rolling here. Gonna get out and do my little walk around and everything else. And we are sitting here in Kaukauna, Wisconsin, and we're at the truck country. We got our truck back here today, this afternoon, and I crawled in here and went to sleep for a few hours because, well, they put me up in a motel last night. Went to a motel, got put up there, and I'm a third shifter guy, so you can't really expect me just to go into a room and go to sleep and sleep, and then when they decide that my truck is done, and oh, here's your truck, now go drive. I said, nah. Because I got back in my truck and they were like, okay, we'll get you something. And I said, no, you can get me something at my regular time, and I'm going to go take a nap and get back into my schedule. So, we are ready to go. Actually, I'm not. I guess I thought I hit a button, but I didn't. There we go. Now we'll be ready to go. So, what are our pre-plans for tonight? Well, I'm doing something different. I am supposed to go to Sparta, Wisconsin. I am supposed to, I need to find an empty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run down to Procon, see if I can find an empty down there, and grab an empty there, and then I'm going to head to Sparta, Wisconsin, to a place called Century Foods. And I have been there before. I have gone over there and done this a few times, and I'm going to be picking that up over there. It's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of a weird place. I don't know. It's just like a little building out there in the middle of nowhere, right next to this feed mill place. But it's called Century Foods, and I'm going to be picking up a load there. It's already preloaded. I don't have to do anything. And that is going to go to BNSF in St. Paul, Minnesota. Something a little different. And that load is going to end up in Carousel, Pennsylvania. So after that, then what I'm going to do is have to find another empty. I doubt if they'll have one there at the St. Paul rail yard. And from what I understand, it's different now from when I used to go there. When I used to go to St. Paul, it's like this little dinky place, and you would pull in, and some guy would come walking out there, and then he would have you pull up, and then he would check your seal number, and then you'd walk inside the building, and then they would tell you where to go. It was kind of weird. It was just a small little place. But now I guess it's computerized or something. And I had a message, I remember like a month ago or something like that, the new system is up and they're trying it out. When you go there, make sure to stop in and register. So I guess that even though I'm registered for the BNSF rail yards, I guess I have to go re-register, which is not a big deal. You just give them your license and they enter the stuff in, and then they got this little fingerprint machine there, and you just put this finger, you put this finger, you put your thumb, you put this finger, and you're ready to go. After that, I have to find an empty, and then they're going to send me to St. Cloud, Minnesota, to a place called Electrovox Home. I think I've been there once or twice. I think I have, but not really sure. No big deal. We'll figure it out. And then that one there, they don't tell me where it's going off to. Whenever I have multiple pre-plans, usually the second, third pre-plan or whatever, it doesn't tell me what rail yard it goes to. It does tell me the final place, and the final place that one is going to is Florida. I can't remember what town. Kissimmee, Florida. So that one is going there. It's going to a Love's down there, I believe, is what it said. Yeah. So it's going down there, not a Love's, a Lowe's. Down to Kissimmee, Florida. And it has 469 miles. So that must mean it's going to Chicago. I don't know know what rail or nothing else. We'll figure that out when we get to that point. So see you guys then. Well, here we are, guys. We are in Procon in Appleton, Wisconsin, and I need to find an empty. So this was a logical place, close place. It's not looking like there's too many of them, but I'm hoping that one of these two right here are empties. Oh, there's a bunch more over here too. So if one of these is not, we'll be fine. That's got a white tag on it. There's actually quite a few of them. Looks like those all got white tags on them. The white tag is in the electrical socket that I'm talking about, and the yard guys, they put them in there when there's an empty. When it's empty, they put a white tag in it, so that way they know and keep track. This one's empty, this one's not. There we go. All right, let's check this thing over quick. It says, my temperature gauge says that it's 31 degrees out. Man, it don't feel like 31. I don't know if you just saw that when I just unhooked my hoses there and stuff. They were like frozen in position. It's cold. If you're wondering why am I going to Minnesota, I didn't even ask, but I can tell you I have to watch out. Remember I told you in these places you got to keep your head on a swivel? That guy is right back there. Paperwork's in there. I don't have my lights on. It's daytime running. There we go. That's lit. There we go. Lit and flashing. I was telling you that these yards and stuff, you got to keep your head on a swivel. That guy was backing into that when I came out my truck. I heard something back here. Boom. And then I saw his lights going. So if I would have been back there behind here, could have got me. Let's see. Lights are lit and flashing. Looks good and clean. We're going to a food place, so you gotta make sure they're good and clean. And these hooks on here, these chains, you see how this one's got this hook that's what keeps the door open? These really get, you lose these all the time, and that's why we always carry bungee cords. So if we have to open the doors, we can put a bungee cord on it to keep it open. Because a lot of these doors, well, that wasn't quite a 15-minute there, buddy. But whatever, they're missing that hook. And you can see what happens when they lift these things around. These get stuck in between the container and the chassis all the time, and they get busted off. So that's how they get busted all the time. It's not anything great that somebody's doing something wrong or something. They just hang down there like that. They get caught. That guy hooked up to his container after I hooked up to mine. I haven't even been out here, I don't know, 5 minutes. Checking this stuff out, and he hooked and took off. Landing gear looks good.
good to go. Oh, the reason why I was saying before, the reason why I'm going to Minnesota, I believe, I didn't ask, but I just thought, something different. It's because they actually shut Minnesota down last night. JB Hunt actually put out a message on the OBC. If you're in Minnesota, mandatory shutdown. Yeah, if I could grab my keyboard. They did that because of the weather. I guess the snow and ice and stuff over there. They had two trucks jackknifed last night over in Minnesota. So they said enough. And they do that once in a while. If there's like tons of rain or flooding or some conditions, like there was a, what do you call them things, hurricane down in Florida last year, and that was a big thing, and they just actually shut down, you know, that whole area. And I get all the messages from all across the country doing that stuff. Well, hello guys, and welcome to Sparta, Wisconsin. This place right here is Century Foods, and it's right here on the right across the street from Budweiser. And they even have a big plastic Clydesdale horse out there in the front. It is 9:42 p.m. and these guys are real touchy. They you gotta be in here by 10, and I've gotten yelled at before, so I'll be back. I gotta get in there. Hey guys, well, a lot of state of confusion here. I gave them the pickup number and they turned around and said that doesn't work. So then I gave them, so then I came back out to the truck and tried to figure out a new pickup number, tried to get a hold of the company, blah, 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 blah. And then they came out and kind of waved at me, so I went back in the building and they said, well, that pickup number does work, but that load's already been picked up. And I said, well, that's kind of odd because the trailer's sitting right there. And they were like, what? And we looked around, sure enough. So we really don't have an idea what has happened here. I tried to get a hold of the company. I actually did talk to somebody, but they ended up hanging up on me. They were like, hello, hello? And they finally just hung up on me, and it's like, whatever. But there's some driver hauling some container that he does not have paperwork for. He's got the wrong paperwork or the wrong container. We don't really know what's going on here. And I will send a message off with the driver's name and they can try to figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm going to drop this here empty, hook up to my loaded, and I'm out of here. Because I got a schedule. I ain't got time to solve problems in the world of JB Hunt. Well, here we are. Container 249719. Chassis 179073. It is locked. And it's locked in there. All right, paperwork is in there. I don't have my flashers on, I guess. I thought I did. There we go, lit and flashing. This is a load of muscle milk. Mud flap. Hey, everything is lit and flashing as it should be. Six 3 416. There we go. Well, what we have here is we got a 34,183 pound load, and it's muscle milk. That's what's always here, these loads. And it is going to, it says Allentown, Pennsylvania, to a distribution center, Carousel, so basically. Carousel, Pennsylvania. And that's all it is muscle milk. So that is all good to go. So we're going to be running this to the BNSF in St. Paul. And just an interesting fun fact, I was punching out my route to come here, and I was looking at different routes to take and which way I could go. And this came up on here. This was pretty interesting. This is the city of Sparta, Wisconsin. And it says, Sparta is a city Sparta is a city in and the county seat of Monroe County, Wisconsin, United States, along the La Crosse River. The population was 9,522 at the 2010 census. Sparta is known as the bicycling capital of America. Who would have thunk? I didn't know that. There you go. So, everything is good. Oh, what else is going on here? Let's see. This is the paperwork. Let's see. This is the paperwork from getting my truck fixed. And it's a diagnostic and advice form. It says diagnostic and advice for cell on unit has def codes derated, which means basically my power is derated. And it has all the codes listed out. Diagnose and advise for tie strap, Bowman seal, 22 by 18 gauge butt, heat shrink tubing, and the unit was towed in for driveline was down. So basically I asked them what happened, and they said it was a wiring issue. So it looked like what they did is all that issue of the towing and all that other stuff was basically a wire that was telling a sensor that, because I just had some kind of little thing changed on my DEF system, if you guys remember, down in Sheboygan, and they probably messed around with the wires, you know, and pulled on wires and changed it or whatever. Well, it probably pulled the wire a little bit apart, and driving around for a couple weeks, all of a sudden, bloop, the wire came apart. So basically, they put a new connector on the end of a wire, crimped the wire back together, put some heat shrink tubing around it, and that was the fix. Can you imagine how much that cost? I mean, they have to pay me, they have to pay my motel, they have to pay me my wages, they have to pay me detention pay for all that time and everything, and then they pay me a shutdown period because it's $75 because without a truck you get $75 per night. Plus I get paid all the detention for the towing and all that stuff. And then they're going to end up paying, because that's not going to be covered under warranty, so they're going to be paying all that shop bills and the tow bill and everything. I mean, all over a little connector because of a little electronic deal that's in these trucks. Yeah, I'm not a fan of all these sensors and everything else on this equipment. I'm just not a fan of it. Sometimes it's just simple is better. You know what I mean? What else is going on? Hey, 3,000 subs. I hit it on the way over here. People were starting to shoot me messages and everything. I saw some emails come through and everything, and I checked it, and sure enough, I was like 3,005 or something like that. Thank you, people. You don't know how much I appreciate it. You know, that you guys take the time out of your lives, out of your days to you know, view and come along with me on this whole journey thing. So, you know, I think it's awesome, and thank you. I will be putting a video together, and I will do a drawing and pull one of the names out. I'm trying to figure out how to do it so there's no, you know, hey, you pick that person. No. I'm trying to think of how I want to kind of do it, you know. Kind of got to do something cool with it. I don't know. Maybe a gun will be involved. I don't know about that one. YouTube doesn't like guns. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I'll put that list together and everything, and we'll see how we end up doing that. But I will draw one out, and somebody will get a $50 Amazon card. And we'll go from there. So, until next time, guys, I will talk to you ladies later. I hope everyone out there is having a great day, great night, whatever it is for you. And if it's not, we certainly could try to change that. See ya!